Guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of mine, and it's the Team of the Week video in the Premier Division. I managed to see all games throughout the weekend. Obviously, 3 games are on at the same time, but I watched the other two. I wasn't watching at the time back, so I've come to the conclusion with 11 players here, haven't seen all the games. Matt, there's fan reactions, guys, from the games from the weekend of a video done on that, so check that out and check out the review show as well that was done yesterday, so I'll stick them into the end card anyway. We'll get straight into it, guys. Now, the goalkeeper I've gone for is Vít Jaros, the new St. Patrick's Athletic goalkeeper, Czech keeper on loan from Liverpool. I thought the 19-year-old looked very assured and put in a very good performance at Shamrock Rovers in Tallaght. Made a couple of good saves, particularly one very good save from Graham Burke. His distribution was very good as well. Very relaxed on the ball. He's good with his feet. So that'll be a big thing for Pats coming into the season. I think the way they play, I just thought it was a very good performance. The goal he did concede, no keeper stopping. That was a fantastic header by Aaron Green. McGinley and Stacey over the weekend kept clean sheets, but I thought it was a very assured and a very good debut from Jaros. So he's my number one this week. Right back, there was some good performers over the weekend, the likes of Rory Feely, Bowles, Sean Gannon of Shamrock Rovers as well, but I went for James Brown of Drogheda United. Big fan of James Brown, very athletic, likes to get forward, was given licence to get forward in this game, even more so than Connor Kane against Waterford. Drogheda often went to a back three with Kane involved as well, and Brown was given free licence to roam. He was a serious threat. I think in the first 10 or 15 minutes, he was actually their most threatening player, Drogheda's most threatening player in an attacking sense. Played very well defensively as well. And obviously was a key component in them scoring the goal. It was an OG in the end to Evans, but Brown, James Brown, was the man who broke and to try to lay the ball across. So he was very good, James Brown, and I think he's definitely one to watch this season. So James Brown at right back. Now, left back, I went for Paddy Kirk along for Town. I thought it was an assured debut from Paddy. Defended very well, got forward when he could. Just very comfortable performance from Paddy. Very good player. Bowles obviously brought in Breslin the year before, funny enough, from Longford, and Tyreek Wilson, but Kirk isn't too far behind them. He played a lot of matches for Bohemians as well, so he has that experience that will help Longford, and I thought he was very assured. Just a very calm performance, didn't put a foot wrong, and contributed well to Longford's 2-0 victory over Derry City. So Paddy Kirk in at left back. Central defence, there were some good performances over the weekend, the likes of Paddy Barrett, Lee Desmond, Joey O'Brien, and Dave Webster, to name but a few. But the first central defender I went for was Joe Gorman of Longford Town. Joe commanded the back line, I thought, very well against Derry City. Limited the likes of Parkhouse to no real proper chances, I have to say, in the match, and just led the line and led by example at the back for Longford Town. It was a bonus that he chipped in with a second goal to give Longford the 2-0 win, and that's something that he's come accustomed to lately, scoring important goals for Longford. So he's really grown, I think, into this Longford team, or has grown, into this Longford team, and he's going to be important for them this season, the way he marshals that back line. So Joe Gorman, centre back. Centre back number 2, I went for Kosovar Siddiqui, and as I mentioned before, Dave Webster would have been unlucky not to get in as well, but Siddiqui just seemed to stand out more, I think, in the 1-0 win over Bohemians. He was a magnet. Any ball Bohemians tried to play in, Siddiqui's head was pretty much on it. Him and Webster, though, as a partnership, really work well together, and that was proven again at the weekend. Georgie Kelly didn't get a sniff for Bohemians, to be fair. Very comfortable. Quite athletic as well, strong, commanding. He's still a young guy as well. I think he's 22 years of age. So, he's one to watch for this season. He was very good last season, but in a full season, I think he's really going to improve. And if they can keep him, Webster, Finn Harps, at the heart of defence for most of the season, they're not going to concede many goals. So for me, Kosovar Siddiqui gets in at centre back. First midfielder I've gone for is Greg Bulger, Sligo Rovers. I've actually gone for a diamond, by the way, 4-4-2 diamond formation. But Greg Bulger, for me, I thought he was outstanding in the draw against Dundalk. It was a very good team performance, actually, from Sligo Rovers overall, and probably deserved to win the match. But Bulger, a lot of people were concerned that having been injured, that he wouldn't be able to reach his peak again. But it was a very encouraging performance from him in particular against Dundalk, because I know he was involved in the goal that Dundalk scored, but to be honest, Ed McGinty did throw him under a bus there. It wasn't Bulger's fault. No way was that Bulger's fault. But he drove them on in the game, led by example. He seemed to be everywhere on the pitch. We all know about his passing ability as well, but he can dig in. He's just an all-round midfielder. He can give you everything, and all of that was on display against Dundalk at the weekend. So Greg Bulger, my first midfielder. Midfielder number 2 is Chris Forrester, St. Patrick's Athletic. I thought Chris put in a very, very sure performance against the champions at the weekend. He was the best midfielder on the park. Came into form late last season, I have to say, and I think he's forming a partnership with Lennon and Benson. It's kind of a mainstay Pats midfield, and you see they all work well together. They all played well actually as a unit in this game, but Forrester made Pats tick basically. He knew when he had to speed it up, he sped it up. When he had to slow it down, he slowed it down. I don't remember him giving the ball away. He's the go-to man in midfield when it comes to trying to get Pats going. He can play the ball into centre forward, look for spaces, play it out wide. He's got a good range of pass, and thought that was on display. And Shamrock Rovers, he was also back defending as well. Off the ball work was excellent. At one stage, he won a tackle in the left back position in the game as well. You'd like to see him maybe chip in with more goals this season. He might do, but he is playing deeper. And the reason for that is because he kind of makes Pats tick. And I thought he was the best midfielder in the park in that game at the weekend, Chris Forrester. And the other midfielder I've gone for is Graham Burke, Shamrock Rovers. And when I say midfielder, I think these next two players kind of drifted between midfield and forwards, or between the lines, and they caused danger between the lines. Graham Burke, of course, didn't score. He had some opportunities in the game. Yaris made a good save from one of his shots. He does have a tendency to go maybe for the spectacular a little bit, and just needs a bit more composure sometimes when he's shooting. However, he was definitely Pats' biggest threat in the game, or biggest threat to Pats in the game. Anytime he got the ball, I thought danger. The first half, he beat Shane Griffin, turn inside. Yaris was forced to make a good save. Second half, Yaris made a brilliant save from him as well. He had a number of opportunities. He gets into great positions, and he's very difficult to mark. He's very elusive between the lines, and I felt he was a big threat to St. Patrick's Athletic at the weekend, and because of that, he's in my team of the week. Dylan Grimes is my fourth midfielder, if you like, but you could call this a 4-2-2-2 if you like, because he'd done a lot of damage between the lines against Derry City. Even before he scored that early goal after 8 minutes, he got through and went for a kind of a side foot curl type shot that just went wide. He kept picking up the ball in dangerous areas. The goal he took, though, was a very good goal. Mandy held the ball up well, played a lovely ball wide, but you didn't think there was too much danger to Derry's defence. You might have to look at them a bit as well, but Dylan Grimes got inside and a lovely shot to the far corner to give Longford the win and set the template for the game. Dylan Grimes after that was very busy, again receiving the ball in between the lines, and Derry seemed to struggle to deal with him. He was causing a lot of problems, a lot of the attacking threats he was involved with, to be honest, and for that reason he's in my team of the week. Striker number 1 is Romeo Park, Sligo Rovers. Now Romeo I thought was excellent at the weekend, and you always wonder with a player when he leaves and comes back, is he going to be the same player? We got signs that Romeo's going to be a massive player for Sligo this season. Scored a very good header, first of all, but very elusive. He drifted from left to right, came into the centre, came into the middle deep. Was very creative as well. He's strong as well, isn't he? He's a very strong boy, but he was very creative in the game as well. And I thought he caused Dundalk an awful lot of problems. The movement of the forward line from Sligo generally was very good. Gibson and Kenny as well. And I just thought Parks edged them out in terms of maybe that bit of quality on the day. So for that reason, Parks gets in my team of the week. Strikers was a close one. I went for Adam Foley in the end of Finn Harps. He took his goal well, an opportunist effort after a mistake from Finnerty, and I think he's going to be an important player for Harps this year. He's a striker that came in last year but seemed to get better as the season goes on, so for him to get off the mark early doors is huge for Finn Harps. Rob Manley was very, very close, even though he didn't score. It's not all about scoring necessarily, because I thought he led the line and held up the ball brilliantly for Longford and brought players into the game, which is what you want from Rob, but he did the job well. Adam Foley, put in a very good shift as well against Bowes, and did come up with the winner that gave them the win. So for me, Adam Foley just about edged it in this week's team of the week. So guys, just a final rundown on the 1 to 11. I went for Yarras St Patrick's Athletic, James Brown, Drogheda United, Paddy Kirk, Longford Town, Joe Gorman, Longford Town, Kosovar Siddiqui, Finn Harps, Great Bulger, Sligo Rovers, Chris Forrest of St Patrick's Athletic, Graham Burke, Shamrock Rovers, Romeo Park, Sligo Rovers, Adam Foley, Finn Harps, and Dylan Grimes, Longford Town. So guys, let me know in the comments, what did you think the team of the week? Was there any performers that you thought played very well and were unlucky to miss out? There was a few more Longford players who could have added in as well. I thought their midfield, Bulger and Dervin, were good as well, but there were some good performances overall this weekend. Who would you pick yourself? Like the video, guys. See if we can get 50 likes. It'd be great if we could hit 50 likes. It just improves the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new. And what else? Hit your bell notification button so you don't miss a video. And check out the latest videos as a whole, guys. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching as always. See you later. Bye-bye now.